It's easy to get hungry when you're out camping, but cooking for everyone? Yeah, that can be a pain. Still, there's nothing like a good meal out in the fresh air. And if you're like us, tired of digging through random plastic bins trying to find a spatula while your stove is sliding around on a shaky tailgate, camping kitchens can be your best solution. So, today, we'll check out 15 of the best camping kitchens for outdoor chefs. Updated price and purchase links are provided in the video description for your convenience. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. Okay, so first up, we've got the ARB Slide Kitchen. And yeah, this one's basically the preferable setup if you're serious about cooking outdoors. Like, we're talking full-on mobile gourmet kitchen levels here. What's cool is how fast it sets up. Just 15 seconds, and you've got a fully functional kitchen sliding right out the back. The bench top is this big solid slab of stainless steel, about 1,250 by 485 millimeters, and it actually locks in place freestanding. So no wobbly surfaces while you're flipping pancakes in the wild. Plus, it's strong enough to hold up to 30 kilos, which is pretty impressive. You're also getting a 3-burner gas stove with electric ignition, so lighting up is super easy. And yep, it comes with a 7-liter collapsible sink for washing up right there on the spot. Now, the whole thing folds back into your vehicle so neatly, it's like it disappears. No bulky mess here, but here's the thing. It's not that light. Around 196 pounds for the dual cab version, so yeah, definitely a 2-person job to install. And it's on the pricier side. But for overlanders or outdoor chefs who want everything in one sleek setup, we can say it's totally worth it. The Dialed Camp Kitchen represents the ultimate in campfire kitchen organization because it's a fully engineered all-in-one system that consolidates your entire outdoor kitchen into one robust case that weighs just under 20 pounds empty. We are talking about a weatherproof, lockable polypropylene case. The setup is genuinely impressive in its simplicity. You just unfold the stand, place the case on it, pop open the lid, and pull out the slide-out shelf for your burners. Everything else is already integrated and ready to use. Inside this engineered system, you get a USB rechargeable battery-powered faucet with a sink basin. The central aluminum molly board gives you a flexible mounting system for holding ingredients and tools, with 2 additional molly wings that organize everything from spice jars to cast iron skillets. You get a wood fiber cutting board that clicks securely into place, providing a sanitary and stable food prep surface. There's even a mesh bag designed for drying and storing dishes, doubling as protected storage for plates, bowls, cups, and flatware both inside and outside the case. The case also has room for nesting pots and pans, cooking tools, and spices, so everything you need for outdoor cooking fits inside this one system. You can add either a 1-burner butane stove or a 2-burner propane stove, depending on your cooking volume needs. To us, what makes it revolutionary is that it solves the real problem campers actually face. So, Craft Autoworks is usually known for full van builds, but the portable kitchen system feels like something they made for people who don't want to commit to a full conversion and still want their camp setup dialed. To us, the big appeal of the PKS is how fast it gets you cooking. Instead of digging through bins, finding a stove, then realizing the utensils are in another box, this thing goes from stowed to usable in seconds. Everything is already there, laid out in a way that actually makes sense when you're tired and just want to make a meal. The built-in running water setup is a standout. You get a removable sink, a fold-down faucet, and a quick connect sprayer that doubles as a shower. Hooked up to the included 5-gallon jerry can, it feels like a proper camp kitchen instead of a makeshift setup. The Gas 1 butane and propane cooktop handles most camp meals easily, and the included GSI cookware and utensils mean we're not bringing extras from home. Plates, cups, cleaning gear, even a proper knife and pan are all part of the package. At around 43 pounds, it's not ultralight, but it's manageable for trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. And at under $1,200, it makes sense for campers who want a clean, organized kitchen without building one from scratch. The KingCamp Bamboo Camp Kitchen is built for campers who want a full-size cooking and prep setup without turning their campsite into a mess of bins and loose gear. What really defines this kitchen for us is how much storage it offers in a surprisingly clean footprint. The pop-up, double-layer cabinet sets up fast and gives us around 400 liters of space to work with, which makes organizing cookware, food, and utensils far less chaotic. The adjustable dividers help keep things separated, so we're not digging through piles every time we need something small. One of the most practical parts of the design is the smooth slide-out system. It lets the kitchen expand into a proper prep area when we're cooking, then slide back in neatly once we're done. That makes it easy to adapt, whether we're camped in a wide-open spot or working with limited space. The bamboo work surface feels solid and stable, and it's easy to wipe down after cooking, while also giving the setup a more refined, natural look compared to metal or plastic tops. KingCamp also thought through the small details here. The built-in wind guard helps with stove efficiency, the sink includes a water valve for controlled draining, and the trash bag holder keeps cleanup organized. Overall, it's a well-rounded camp kitchen that balances capacity, usability, and a clean campsite workflow. Now, if you're someone who prefers grilling when you're out camping, then have a look at the Camco Deluxe folding grill table. It's simple, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. You can set it up in under a minute. Talking about the aluminum tabletop, which is heat-resistant, and it can hold up to 100 pounds, so whether it's your stove or a small grill, it can handle the weight just fine. You also get two side tables, a built-in paper towel holder, utensil hooks, and even a little wire rack underneath for storage. It's actually kind of amazing how much workspace you get with this thing. And when you're done, then it folds down compact and fits neatly in the included carry bag. And that's actually easy to stash in your vehicle. Now, just to keep this in mind, while the main table is solid, the side tables can feel a little wobbly if you really load them up. Still, for the price and portability, this table's a pretty practical pick for campers who want a simple kitchen setup that actually works. If you want something that's got a lot of functionality without taking over your entire trunk, check out the GCI Master Cook Station. This one's all about smart design. It has slim fold tech. It collapses down into a super compact shape, about 22 pounds total, so it's really easy to transport and store. When opened, you get a generous heat-resistant aluminum countertop, side tables with beverage holders, stem glass slots, a collapsible sink, a lantern pole, and a lower wire rack for storage. Basically, everything you'd need, without overdoing it. You can go from trunk to full kitchen in, like, a minute. Now, if we're nitpicking, the main table's solid, but if you're doing heavy chopping or scraping, it might wobble a bit. You might have to steady it with your hand. Also, those plastic side tables aren't quite as sturdy, so don't expect them to hold a Dutch oven or anything. Still, for a kitchen that folds up like a briefcase and handles most cooking tasks like a champ, we can say it's a solid pick for anyone looking to upgrade their camping setup without going overboard. Now, this one's kind of different. The UCO Cookit isn't just a kitchen table or stove setup. It's a full-on 47-piece camp kitchen kit. Think of it as the ultimate grab-and-go cooking system. It's got pots, pans, plates, utensils, scrubbers, soap, and drying racks. Literally everything you need to cook, eat, and clean up in one tidy box. The storage box is made of corrugated polypropylene, and as far as we know, it's light but durable. And everything fits into its own little spot, so you're not digging around in a random bin of chaos. You even get a triple-ply skillet and pot, so it's not just cheap throwaway stuff either. And with everything included, it weighs just under 14 pounds, and that's perfect for groups of 2 to 4. But the rigid box design, while actually efficient, doesn't leave much room for anything extra you might want to add, though it already has so much stuff. Now, you'll still need a stove. This is all about organization and gear, not flame. But for campers who want to ditch the messy plastic tote and have an organized, ready-to-roll camp kitchen, then this one might be the good one. And finally, let's talk about the Yoke Outdoors Chuck Box. This thing's a tank. Seriously, it's roto-molded, American-made, and built to last through pretty much anything. The design is smart too. You get 5 storage areas, a pull-out utility drawer, a 4-section utensil tray, and the lid even doubles as a wash basin or utility bin. The top surface fits a standard Coleman 2-burner stove really well, which makes it feel like a proper outdoor kitchen. And thanks to the military-grade latches and ultra-tough build, people say this thing will last decades. Some even use it as a makeshift seat around the fire. But let us also mention that it's kinda heavy. Even empty, it's around 19 pounds. And when fully loaded, it can hit 50. Not exactly something you want to lug too far from the car. Well, okay, it's not the prettiest thing out there, but if rugged reliability is your priority, then the Chuck Box is a great option to choose. Alright, up next, we've got the Camp Chef Pro 90. And honestly, this thing is actually kind of like outdoor cooking. You get 3 burners, each pushing 30,000 BTUs for a total of 90,000 BTUs. That's serious heat. Whether you're simmering soup or searing a steak, this stove can do both, actually. Well, it's actually super versatile. The huge 608 square inch cooking surface plays nice with Camp Chef's 16-inch accessories, so yeah, you can turn this into a full-on outdoor kitchen setup. It also has a 3-sided windscreen, so gusty conditions? Not a problem. And it lights up without a match. Just a push of a button and you're rolling. Now, it's not all sunshine and bacon. Yeah, those high-powered burners, they're almost too strong sometimes. You'll need to keep them on low for most meals, but that's totally okay. So, if you're cooking for a crowd and want restaurant-grade power on the trail, then the Pro 90 can be a good pick. Camp Kitchen is built for campers who want a solid, no-nonsense cooking setup that feels intentional the moment it's set down. What stands out right away is how it transforms from a compact storage box into a full outdoor workspace without feeling flimsy or overcomplicated. Once opened up, it gives us more than 60 inches of usable table space, which is a big deal when we're cooking for more than just ourselves. Everything locks into place using Trail Kitchen's proprietary leg and table system, and the whole setup feels stable enough to actually lean on while we work. Inside, the layout is thoughtfully done. The built-in utensil drawer with an organizer keeps small items from turning into a mess, while the internal divider shelf helps separate cookware, food, or dry goods. The hanging shelf and dual fold-out tables add usable space without increasing the footprint around our vehicle. At around 39 pounds, it strikes a nice balance between being sturdy and still manageable to move in and out of a truck or SUV. It's designed to pair with compact 2-burner stoves, keeping things efficient and tidy instead of oversized. At under $800, it makes sense for families, group trips, or anyone who wants a dependable camp kitchen without going custom. Alright, starting things off with one that really makes sense for overlanders and car campers who love keeping their setup ready to go. The Nomad Kitchen. This one mounts right into the back of your vehicle, and when you slide it out, what you get feels like a full-blown kitchen setup. There's a spot for a 2-burner stove, a durable bamboo cutting board, a deep stainless steel sink that's easy to clean, and even a drying rack right there with it. If you go for the faucet add-on, it's got that covered too, which makes washing dishes out at camp way easier. What's great is how much thought went into the build. The drawers are rated to hold up to 200 pounds, and the shell itself can take 400 on top. That kind of durability really matters when you're camping somewhere rough or hauling extra gear. It's got storage spots, hooks for hanging things like utensils or hand towels, and it fits into all kinds of cargo setups, whether it's on the driver or passenger side. So next up is the SylvanSport Dine O Max, and this one's made for folks who like spreading out and really cooking at camp. Right when it's set up, you can tell it's all about space. You've got two big bamboo countertops. One's over 3 feet long, the other's just a bit shorter, and together, they give you almost 9 square feet of prep area. That's a lot of room when you're trying to chop, stir, season, and still have space for your coffee mug or a plate of food. Underneath, it's got these water-resistant storage cubbies with shelves and zippered doors. We think it's amazing for keeping your stuff clean and dry, especially if you're somewhere dusty or damp. Then up top, there's a full backsplash with organizers, spots to hang towels, even a place for a light so you're not cooking in the dark. Little things like a built-in bottle opener and trash bag holder just add to the convenience. Setting it up is also very quick. It folds out from this carry case and locks into place fast. There's even a steel windscreen that wraps around your stove area, which helps a ton when it's breezy or if you're cooking in an open spot. And cleanup is just as easy with a big collapsible sink built right in. That thing comes in handy more than you'd think, especially after breakfast when everything's sticky. Now here's one that just gets straight to the point. The GCI Outdoor Slim Fold Cook Station. This thing is for anyone who wants a perfect setup but doesn't want to mess with a ton of pieces or bags. It folds down flat, just a few inches thick, and pops open in seconds. That makes it easy to stash in the back seat, garage, or even in a closet when you're not using it. When it's opened up, it gives you plenty of working space. The main counter is made of aluminum and can handle up to 48 pounds. Strong enough for a camp stove or griddle, no problem. Then, it's got 4 fold-out side tables, and each of those can hold around 30 pounds. You've got spots for drinks, paper towels, even hooks to hang your cooking tools or trash bags. All those little features make it feel like it was designed by folks who actually camp. There's also a lower rack underneath that's perfect for stashing a cooler or big pot, and that helps keep things off the ground. It's one of those setups where everything's within arm's reach, and that's exactly what you want when you're trying to cook a meal without tripping over your gear. Lastly, this one's got a little bit of everything, and it's packed for the price. The Vevor Camping Kitchen Table with Sink. It's made for folks who want to cook full meals at camp without juggling a bunch of folding tables and tubs. Right when it's set up, you get a long aluminum main counter, 3 side tables for gear, food, or even extra burners, and a built-in sink that's actually useful. What makes it work is how well everything folds down. It all fits into this single carrying bag that's slim enough to stash in the trunk or carry out to the site without needing a wagon. Setup is quick, no tools or weird parts. Just stretch it out, snap a few parts into place, and it's ready to go. The sink's removable too, which is great if you want to use that space for something else or hook it up to a hose later on. Now the frame is mostly aluminum, but there's also some iron in the side tables, so it's got the strength to hold real cooking gear. The main surface supports up to 88 pounds, and the shelves hold around 48 pounds each, which is more than enough for most setups. It also comes with cup holders, utensil hooks, and a couple lantern or towel spots to keep everything close by. So that was our list for the 7 best camping kitchens for outdoor chefs. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reveal your thoughts in the comments section and share this video if you find it helpful. And to know more about outdoor product reviews and buying guides, you can visit our website, gooutdoorzone.com. We always crave to learn more, so if you think we've missed a product or there is a product we should add, we'd love to hear your opinion.